Happy October, whorehounds and fright freaks. I hope you're enjoying the spookiest time of the year. And you know what's always spooky? Scarecrows. So let's talk about the 1995 straight-to-video slasher, Night of the Scarecrow from Republic Pictures. Now this flick was a video store classic for my buddies and I, but I have not seen this flick since I was a teenager. So this month is a perfect time to revisit it. Terror has come home to harvest. An evil secret kept quiet by a small town for generations has been unleashed in the cornfields. The sins of the father come back to haunt the small town, as a warlock who was crucified and buried in the cornfield by the town's settlers returns for his revenge. After possessing a scarecrow and beginning a murder spree, only the mayor's daughter and her hunky love interest can stop the warlock scarecrow from retrieving his magic spellbook and bringing total terror to the town.
Jesus.
Night of the Scarecrow is an entertaining and well-made low-budget slasher that features some memorable kills, a cool killer, and a surprisingly talented cast. Night of the Scarecrow manages to take a rather cliched plot about a supernatural slasher and make it a fun and pleasant horror outing. The main plot about a dude crucified by townsfolk returning from beyond the grave to seek revenge on the town is quite rudimentary and banal, but the pacing, the kills, and the characters keep you invested and you forgive the film's humdrum narrative. The special effects in the film are well done for the budget, and the movie offers up a few inventive and original kills. The first kill of the movie features a combine harvester chopping a dude up. A pretty cool way to start the movie off. There's also an ambitious and cool kill where a chick sprouts branches and husks out of her body after being molested by the Scarecrow, and she is consumed into the ground. The Scarecrow killer in the film looks effective and menacing, and his supernatural powers make him quite interesting. Despite having a rather pedestrian revenge backstory, the killer is memorable, and the effects team did a good job giving him a creepy appearance. There's just always something cool and creepy about killer scarecrows. The Warlock Scarecrow also has a penchant for saying cheesy one-liners and taunting his victims, which I found to be rather entertaining in a goofy way. But the film does manage to have a few atmospheric and unsettling moments, which is what made it stand out to my friends and I when we were younger. There is some decent gore and some wild kills that make the movie stand out in terms of carnage. Now, it's not over-the-top gore, but the effects are good, and the supernatural nature of the slashings make for some original death scenes. But there are a few silly kills, though, like when the Scarecrow blows a bunch of straw at Stephen Root's sheriff character, killing him with a bunch of straws to his face. The movie's characters are all decently well developed for a B-movie slasher. Now, you don't particularly care when they die, but unlike most slasher movies, the victims do have more than just one scene in the movie before being killed off. I could have done without the melodramatic family drama between the final girl and her mayor dad, but I did find her romantic subplot with the construction worker to be somewhat amusing. That doesn't mean that Night of the Scarecrow doesn't feature all the tried and tired tropes of the subgenre, like characters stupidly wandering off alone, a long flashback telling the killer's origins, and a dude who stops making out with his topless girlfriend to go grab a brewski. I did appreciate the fact that characters at the center of the film weren't teenagers for a change. Every now and then it's nice to see a slash movie that isn't just dead teenagers, or more accurately, 30-year-olds playing teenagers. And besides Stephen Root, character actor John Hawkes is also in the cast as a recognizable face.
Yeah, you! Filth! Back to your grave! Rot with the worms! Burn! Fooled ya!
The score of the film is your generic direct-to-video 90s horror score, and I do wish they would have come up with a memorable theme or score for the Scarecrow. The film was directed by Jeff Burr, who is no stranger to the horror genre, having directed The Stepfather 2 and Leatherface, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. I also find his directorial debut, From a Whisper to a Scream, to be a very entertaining anthology horror flick from the 80s, and that is worth checking out in my opinion. The movie makes good use of its budget and features good production values, solid editing, and some well-staged murder set pieces. It's a competently put-together slasher that delivers enough charm, slashings, and cheese to warrant a viewing from slasher fans this October. I was pleasantly surprised that Night of the Scarecrow did not disappoint upon rewatch, and I will definitely be adding it to my fall rotation going forward. It's a rather forgotten about mid-90s slasher that deserves a little more love than it gets.
How about some fire, Scarecrow?
I'm just not the kind of guy that women stick around with. You know, they use me, then they lose me.
I'll be there in a minute. Nature calls. Hope you don't mind a little, irrigation, dude.